What up, this is Rama covering movies, TV, and entertainment, and here's my review of Netflix's new documentary series, Keep Sweet, Pray, and Obey. Hey, before you watch my review, please subscribe to my channel, press that like button, ring that bell so you can get notified whenever I post new videos. And if you'd like to help support the channel, please do so at patreon.com/RamaScreen. That's patreon.com/RamaScreen. Let's rock this. You know, ever since that douchebag Warren Jeffs got his sentencing a decade ago, there had been plenty of documentaries made about his crimes over the years. There was Prophets Pray, and then Keep Sweet, which I believe is available on Prime Video. And recently you saw my review of Preaching Evil, A Wife on the Run with Warren Jeffs, and now of course this latest one. So all of these docus pretty much share the same information, but you might ask, understandably so, why the need to revisit this topic again? Well, in my opinion, this harrowing reminder is quite important and relevant because it's not just the fundamentalists we need to worry about. I mean, with the Supreme Court planning to overturn Roe v. Wade federally, there seems to be a rebirth, if you will, of that old stupid idea that views women as nothing more than baby-making machines and properties. Keep Sweet, Pray, and Obey may well be about the rise and fall of pedophile Warren Jeffs, but its themes run deeper and far-reaching than just that. But I gotta warn you, this docu is creepy, chilling, uncomfortable, and disturbing all at once. Directed by Rachel Dresden, in 2008, a dramatic raid at the Yearning for Zion Ranch in West Texas generated attention around the world as law enforcement agents uncovered stunning evidence of sexual, physical, and psychological abuse and took 400-plus children into custody. This four-part docu gives you an in-depth look into the secretive polygamous sect of the Fundamentalist Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints and its self-proclaimed prophet Warren Jeffs. It features never-before-seen archival footage and personal stories from some of the women and men who escaped. From forced underage marriage and pregnancy to complete unraveling into an oppressive criminal cult under Warren Jeffs' rule, the story uncovers bravery battling tyrannical control in modern America. So there are 4 episodes total, each runs about 45 to 50 minutes long. The first episode gives you a rundown of what living within FLDS compound is like. This docu is very gradual. It doesn't just drop Rulon Jeffs or Warren Jeffs onto your lap. It kind of walks you through it step by step until Rulon's death and Warren's takeover as the new leadership. Come about the second episode is when things take a turn for extra dark and grim. This is when Warren Jeffs exerts his unchecked, unchallenged power. You see, in the Gentile world, when a military coup d'etat happens, usually the general would capture his rival opponents in the middle of the night and throw them in jail or assassinate them on the spot. Well, Warren Jeffs has his own way of doing coup d'etat. And that's the beginning of the cracks within the group. That's when some of the women and men who later on become survivors started to plot their plans to break free. The third and the fourth episodes are when the investigation and the prosecution kick into high gear. But what makes this docu very gripping to me is that even throughout the first 2 episodes, the story goes back and forth between the talking heads' testimonies and the drip-drip effect from local news to eventually getting nationwide attention. Again, at the risk of sounding like a broken record, if you've already seen the previous documentaries about Warren Jeffs that I mentioned earlier, then odds are you are gonna encounter similar information on this one. But remember, these creepy old men had hundreds of wives. Many of them are underage and many of them are still living in that compound or that community, so the abundance of stories that can come out of there are limitless. The selected few that you'll see on this docu are nothing short of heart-wrenching. It blows your mind, the brainwashing and the hold that Warren and his minions have on them. It makes you sick to your stomach. But is it any different though from those who are now trying to take women's reproductive rights? Those who are now trying to tell women what they can and cannot do with their bodies? Hell, there are even red states right now that are trying to lower the consenting age to marry. So we might watch this docu and wag our fingers at FLDS, rightfully so, but there are mainstream evangelical Christians out there that see that and go, damn, we should totally replicate what Warren Jeffs accomplished accomplished. Because guys, it was never about salvation or God or some other mythical invisible creature in the sky. It has always been about power and control. Specifically power and control over women. So yeah, this is a quintessential, albeit tough to watch documentary about the disease of radicalism at the heart of America. But more than that, hopefully it also becomes a warning of what could potentially happen if we ever allow for the separation of church and state to go away.